So we're going to start with the coffee breath. It's called Kapalabhati breath in Sanskrit. And I'll show you how to do it. This is great for when you're competing and you need a boost of energy, you want to focus. Take your hand on your belly, and it's a passive inhalation and a forced, powerful exhalation through your nostril. And as you exhale, you're going to feel your belly contract, and then the inhale is just going to come naturally. So it's a quick breath. It's like this. So try that. Try it for like 10 times and then pause, take a big deep breath, and then try it again for 10 times. Ready? Exhale slowly. And then once again. And then one deep breath in. And then exhale slowly. Okay, so that was your Kapalabhati breath. Kapalabhati translates into skull shining breath, skull shining, which means you're activating your skull, which is why this is a jolt of coffee for you when you need energy. So now that we have all this energy, let's warm up our shoulders, bring our shoulders up to our ears, and then back, and then down, and then forward, up, back, down, forward, up, back, down, one more, forward, up, back, and then down. And then go the opposite way. So go back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down. Okay. Angel wings. Please take your fingertips on top of your shoulders. So shoulders is one of the essential areas of the YELP, Yoga Essential Life Poses, working on the shoulders. So angel wings here, we're going to inhale, exhale as we bring the elbows together in front, inhale as we open, exhale as you bring the backs of your hands toward each other behind your head without crunching up your neck. So the hands don't have to touch behind your head. You just have to move in that direction. All right, inhale, exhale forward, inhale open, exhale behind, inhale open, exhale forward, inhale open, exhale up, inhale, exhale forward, inhale, exhale up, inhale, exhale forward, inhale, exhale up. Okay, and then release, shake out the arms. Okay, so please sit with your right leg in front of your left, if you're not doing that already. And then open your arms into a big breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to hug ourselves with the right arm over the left arm. Bring your elbows up to shoulder height, and then forearms come toward each other into eagle arms. Push the forearms away to feel your shoulders separate on your back, the shoulder blades coming apart on your back. Keep your neck long while you do this. Try not to crunch your shoulders up towards your ears rather than just push your forearms away from you. A couple more deep breaths here. And then slowly unwind. Change the cross of your legs. Inhale, arms in a T. This time we're going to hug ourselves with the left arm over the right. Elbow stacks on top of elbow. Forearms come toward each other into our eagle arms. You can either spoon your hands, palm to palm, or get as close as you can to either one of those. Elbows up to shoulder height. Keep your neck long. Push the forearms away and breathe. Garudasana is eagle arms. This is the top half of the eagle pose. And then slowly unwind here, shake that out. Okay, and then please, we're gonna recline on our mats. And I'm gonna be very explicit in my directions because I know you won't be able to see me very well when you're lying down. So this is gonna work on our spinal. These are gonna be reclined spinal movements, and the spine is the second essential yoga element. So starting with your legs extended long, bring your arms over your head. If possible, bring the backs of your hands down on the mat above your head. And then take your left hand and grab your right wrist. Pick up your shoulders and head and move them over to the left slightly. So the top half of your body is bending to the left. You want to try to keep your shoulders down and don't let the right shoulder hike up. Now, keeping the shoulders flat as you can, walk the feet over to the left. So now you are in a crescent shape. This is a crescent pose, like we do this standing up a lot. It's a reclined crescent pose. And one yogi made up the name for this pose, Bananamasana, because banana, of course, is the banana shape, and asana means pose, Bananamasana. I thought it was very apt. So lateral bends are really good to open up your rib cage and flex the spine. So now walk your feet back to center, pick up your head and shoulders, move them back to center. Now take your right hand, grab your left wrist, pick up your head and shoulders, move them over to the right. Try to keep your shoulders open, chest up, and then walk your feet slightly over to the right. So now we're crescenting the opposite way. A couple of deep breaths here. This is a big stretch to your shoulders as well. That's why we warmed up with our shoulder shrugs and our angel wings. Okay, walk your feet back to center, pick up your body, walk your body, top half of your body back to center. Bring your arms down by your sides. With your legs extended, inhale. Exhale, bend your right knee toward your chest, clasp your fingers together and grab your right shin. Now relax your head down on the mat as you squeeze that knee toward into your chest as far as you can. Just squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Take a deep breath. Exhale, curl your spine up so that you're lifting your head, shoulders, upper back. Bring your nose to your knee. And then very slowly unwind, curl your spine back down, relax your head on the mat again. All right, from here, take your right foot, place it on your left thigh. Open your arms in a T, palms facing up. And then we're gonna roll onto our left hip. Our right hip is gonna come off the mat. And our right foot can touch down if you want to on the mat on the outside of your left leg. And then turn your head to look over your right hand. This is a spinal twist. So the flexion we just did, complemented by the twist that we're doing now. All spinal movements are essential. There are really 6 of them. Lateral bends, twists, and then forward and backward. And we'll get to all of those. Take a deep breath in. Exhale as you bring your knee back up to center. Extend your right leg long on the mat. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, left knee comes into your chest. Lace your fingers, clasp around your left shin, and squeeze that knee into your chest. Keep your head relaxed and your neck relaxed on the mat right now. Just bringing the knee to the chest and maybe even shoot it toward the armpit area. A couple more deep breaths here. One more inhale. As you exhale, we're going to lift our head, shoulders, tuck our chin, bring the nose to the knee very slowly so you can feel the flexion of your spine, the upper back, and then very slowly Roll your spine back down. Relax your head back on the mat. So flexing your thoracic spine, that's what we call it, the T-spine, is something we don't do a lot unless we really have to think about it. Take your left foot onto your right thigh, arms in a T, palms facing up. Roll onto your right hip and maybe allow the toes or the whole foot of your left foot to fall on the mat outside the right leg. The right leg can be straight or bent here. You want your chest open as wide as you can, and then turn your head to look over your left hand. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, bring your knees back to center and your head back to center. Extend both legs long on the mat. Take a deep breath. Exhale, bring both knees into your chest. Lace your fingers, clasp around both shins. You can either have one hand on each shin or just lace your fingers and grab both shins. And then hug those knees to the chest as much as you can. Keep your head relaxed here. So now you're flexing your lumbar spine. Enjoy the flexion. Inhale. As you exhale, tuck your chin, roll your head and shoulders, and bring your nose towards your knees. And then very slowly roll down. So this way you're flexing both your lumbar and your thoracic spine. Head comes back down to the mat. Keep your knees bent, bring them to the mat. Bring your arms to a T and let both knees fall over to the left. Look to the right. Now your knees don't have to necessarily touch all the way down, especially your left knee. Did I say, oh no, your right knee, I'm sorry, the top knee doesn't have to touch down. And then bring knees back to center, take a breath in. Exhale, bring both knees now to the right. Turn your head, maybe look to the left. And then knees come back to center. And then just push your body back up. And then roll onto your belly. So this will be a shoulder and quadricep stretch. So once you're on your belly, bring your arms out to a T, palms facing down. You can place your head on the mat for a moment if you like. What we're going to do now, this is tough on your shoulders, so if you feel too much pressure on your shoulders, bring your arms closer in toward your body, but start with them out perpendicular to your torso, to your chest. And then we're going to roll onto our right shoulder and our right hip. Your head can rest on the mat. Knees can be bent here for balance. This is mostly a shoulder stretch here. But if you want to add the quad stretch, the left hand can either be in front of you for support, or you can bend the top leg, your left leg, grab the ankle, and then bring the heel into your bottom. So here you have the quad stretch coupled with the shoulder stretch. Couple more breaths here. One more deep breath in. And then release your foot if you have hold of it. Roll back on to your belly. And then we'll go the opposite direction, rolling onto your left shoulder. Bending the right leg if you're going to do the quad stretch. Grabbing the right ankle and bringing that heel into your bottom. Couple of breaths here. Slow, deep, even breaths. Good. Okay, then please roll, release, and roll back onto your belly. And take your hands underneath your shoulders. Keep your elbows tucked by your sides. So your arms are going to want to flail out. Your elbows are going to want to go out like this. Instead, just try to keep them tucked by your sides. Hands underneath the shoulders. Push your pelvis into the mat. Push your thighs into the mat. And if you can, push the tops of your feet into the mat. Don't clench your buttocks here, but feel your outer glutes engage. And then push into your hands. Roll your chest up into this cobra pose. Keep the shoulders in. Bring the shoulders down from the ears, but keep the elbows in. Shoulders down from the ears and breathe. You don't have to come up very high to feel this. Breathe. Your chest is pushing forward as your head is extending upward. And then come all the way down. Now, if you can, clasp your hands behind your back. If that doesn't work for you, grab your strap and then just hold the strap between your hands. And then from here, push your hands down toward your feet as you lift the top half of your body up off the mat. So you're pulling your shoulders away from your ears with your hands, going toward your feet. Your chest is forward. Keep your head in line with the spine. Don't let your chin drop and don't let you overextend by lifting your chin too high. Just think about the spine in one long line. Take a deep breath and you exhale. Come on down. Release your hands and then bring your arms forward into Sphinx position. So Sphinx is where your elbows are underneath your shoulders, your forearms are parallel to each other. Spread your fingers. Push your pelvis into the mat like we did before. Make space in your lower back. Rotate your thighs inward slightly. Push your chest forward. All right, so here's where we're going. Usually I don't like to tell you where we're going because I want you to be in the moment, but in this case, I'm going to let you know. We're going to come into a forearm plank and then we're going to pivot to a forearm side plank. And we'll start on our right side. Tuck your toes. Take a deep breath. Exhale, lift your body into your forearm plank. Now, you're going to rotate your right arm so that it comes parallel to the front of your mat as you come onto the sides of your feet and your left arm comes up. And then breathe. And then bring your left arm back down. Unpivot your other arm so that you're back to your forearm plank before you touch down. And now bring down your pelvis. Okay, shoulders down from the ears, extend your neck long. Push your chest forward. This is the resting position. It's an active resting position. Now we'll do the other side. Take a breath in. Exhale, tuck your toes, forearm plank first. Then we're going to roll onto the edges of our feet as we pivot. The left arm and the right arm rises up. One more deep breath in. Exhale, bring your right arm down, repivot your left arm, so back to the full forearm plank. Before you touch down, now your pelvis can come back down into the Sphinx pose. Good. Okay, please push into your hands, come to table. Patting your knees here if needed. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bring your hips toward your heels. Extend your spine long. Inhale, back up to table. Exhale once more, bring your hips to your heels, slowly lubricating the joints. Inhale, back to table. Pause and table. Take a deep breath. Exhale, push into your cat. Now, go slowly so you can feel every vertebra. Tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, push the mat away. Feel your shoulders separate. Feel your vertebra flex. Inhale, as you very slowly, slow, deep, long breath, drop your belly toward the mat, extend your tailbone back and the crown of your head forward into our cow pose. And then exhale slowly back all the way to child pose, where your bottom comes to your heels. And from here, we're gonna push into our hands. Inhale, come on up to our knees and reach up, palms facing each other, Urdhva Hastasana. Deep breath, exhale, arms in a T. Inhale, exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, exhale, bring the left hand down to where your right hand was in the table position, and then keep the right arm extending behind you. So this is a table twist, but it's an exaggerated twist by moving the left hand over to the right. Push into your right hand. As you come back up to center, Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale. Exhale, hands come back down to table. Inhale. Exhale, push into your cat back, tucking the chin, tucking the tailbone. Slowly drop your belly down as you inhale into your cow pose. And slowly exhale as you bring your bottom back down towards your heels into child pose. And then take a deep breath, push into your hands, come on up to your knees, Urdhva Hastasana, palms facing each other. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms in a T. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale. Exhale, the right hand comes down to the left corner table as you continue to reach behind you. So this is big chest, shoulder, and spinal twist all wrapped up in one. Push into your right hand as you come back forward to center, Urdhva Hastasana. Take a deep breath, exhale. Bring your hands back down to table. And then bring your right foot up. If you want to use blocks here, grab your blocks. We're going to bring our right foot up between our hands. So if you're using blocks, you put a block on either side of your foot here. And then we're going to bring our torso upright. So I call this 90-90 because you have a 90-degree now angle in your right leg and your 90-degree angle in your left leg, 90-90, so pad the knee accordingly. All right, so this is a spinal, twisting spinal movement. So inhale your right arm up. Exhale, put your left hand on your hip as you lean over laterally to the left. Take a deep breath here. And then as you exhale, you're going to move your shoulder forward and face down. Look down, bring your shoulder forward and touch down your right hand over to the left side of your mat. And now sweep your arm in front of you so that you're spiraling. Your hand is going to sweep in front of your face all the way over till it comes to the outside of your right foot. And then you're going to bring that arm back up. Okay, we'll do that again. First, the lateral bend. Inhale. Exhale, bring the shoulder forward. Reach for the corner, the left side of your mat. Sweep the arm in front of your face all the way till you get to the right side of the foot. And then back up. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hand back to your hip. Now, walk that right foot out a little more, maybe another foot length, or more, and then rebend that right knee so that it becomes 90-degree angle now. So now that means your left thigh is back. So your left leg is no longer in a 90-degree angle. If that bothers your knee, move it around so where it doesn't bother your knee. But if you want the quad stretch, you want to move that knee as far back as you can to get the quad stretch here. So you have a flexion in your right quadricep and an extension in your left quadricep. These toes can be tucked or on the mat here. And then we're going to slowly raise our arms up, Urdhva Hastasana, palms facing each other. Bring your chest forward and lean backwards to Anjaneyasana. A couple more deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands back down on block or the mat. And if you're on blocks, you're going to have one hand on either side of the foot. Walk the blocks or your hands toward your hips and straighten your right leg. So this is half of a split here, Ardha Hanuman. So the knee is not locked. Don't lock the front knee, but your leg is straight. Toes are up and your spine is long here. You can just let your belly and chest melt down toward that leg, but don't sacrifice your spine in doing that. So keep your head in line. Don't tuck your chin and don't round your lower back and shoulders. And just feel this delicious stretch in the quadriceps. You can even raise your blocks if you want to keep a longer spine. Okay, so move the blocks aside. We're going to pivot. Bring your hands to the left side of your body. Pivot your right foot so that it's parallel to the front of your mat, and then walk your hands to the left as you pivot on your left knee. So now your right arch and your left knee and your left hand are all in one straight line. Right arm comes up, and then bring that arm beside your ear and stretch open the right side of your body. Inhale, exhale, bring your shoulder down and your hands back down on the mat. Re-walk your hands to the front, re-pivot your knee to the front of the mat. And now we're going to come into the lizard pose here. So the right foot is going to walk out a little bit, and the right foot is forward of your head or in line with your head as you sink down onto your forearms, either on blocks or on the mat. You have a wide angle in your right leg. Your knee is someplace near your shoulder. And just relax here. Hips are part of the essential movements here. Hip openers. A couple more breaths here. And then slowly push up into your hands and walk that foot back. Come back to your table. And then step your left foot up between your hands. Bring your 90-degree angle in the front leg and the back leg as you come up into this 90-90 box here. So shoulders, hips, knees. You wonder why we work on those is because those are the things that people wear out so easily as we grow older. So we want to make sure that we keep them. All right, from here, we're going to put hands on hips, and then we're going to raise the left arm up. Inhale, exhale, lean over laterally to the left, to the right. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the left shoulder forward. Left arm reaches for the corner. And then sweep the left hand over till it comes to the right, to the left side of the foot. And then bring it back up beside the ear. And we'll do that again. And we'll go slowly so you can really feel your spine spiral as you do this. So first the lateral bend. Inhale. Exhale, bring the shoulder forward, reach the arm forward. And then slowly sweep the hand across the front of your mat. Feel your spine spiral as you do so. The hand comes to the outside of the foot, and then raise the arm back up beside the ear. And then bring it back to your hip. So now walk the foot a little bit forward, maybe another foot length or more. And then we're going to re-bend the left knee so it becomes perpendicular again. So your knee is on top of the ankle. So what this ends up doing is pushing your right knee back and stretching out that right quadricep muscle. Okay. Bring arms up beside your ears, Anjali Asana. Take a deep breath. And lean backwards, open your chest up, deep breath. One more deep breath in. Exhale, bring your hands down on blocks or the mat as we straighten the front leg into our Ardha Hanuman on this side. So you'll walk your hands or your blocks over towards your hips. Front leg is straight but not locked. Your foot is flexed, pointing up to the ceiling, and you're keeping your spine nice and long as you let your chest melt down toward this leg. And breathe and relax. Relax your shoulders, relax the neck. Make sure your head stays in line with the spine. Don't allow your chin to drop. Good, 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 good. All right, so now we're going to move the blocks aside. Bring your hands to the inside of the left leg. So you're bringing your hands to the right side of your body. You're walking your hands to the right as you pivot on your right knee. You're placing your left foot so that its outside edge is even with the front of your mat. Your arch is lined up with your knee, which is lined up with your right hand. And then your left arm extends up until this modified side plank. And then bring the left arm beside the ear, reaching over your head. One more deep breath. And as you exhale, bring your shoulder forward so that you can bring your left hand down. Walk your hands back around to the front of your mat. Walk your left leg out. And then we'll come into the lizard pose on this side. So on blocks or on the mat, come on down to your forearms. Your leg is at a wide angle and the knee is somewhere near your shoulder. And then relax. One more deep breath in. And as you exhale, walk your foot back. Come back up onto your hands. Tuck your toes. And then lift up to downward facing dog. So as you're in dog here, squeeze your forearms toward each other. Spread your fingers wide. Put weight in the finger pads, which means you're going to bend your knuckles a little bit here. That will take some weight off of your wrists. Let your chest melt down toward your thighs. Let your head melt down between your arms. Forearms squeeze together. Bend your knees so your hips go high, high, high up in the air. Roll your thighs inward slightly. And now walk up to your hands very slowly. Good. And then slowly come up. Inhale. Exhale. Arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. And then please come into your Tadasana. We're going to do a little bit of a flow here. I'm going to go slowly and do what you can, leave out what you don't want. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, forward fold. Hands come down, your knees are bent quite a bit here. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, step your right foot back. So you're in a high lunge. And then you're going to plant your right heel so that you can come up into your warrior one pose here. So in warrior one, your hips are rotated forward, your back heel is down, your feet are hip width distance apart, and then your arms come up, warrior one. Your front knee is directly above the ankle or behind the ankle, but not forward of the ankle. Put weight in the back, outside edge of the back foot, which tends to lift up here. Chest is forward. Okay, so we're going to pivot to a warrior two. That means we have to adjust the lineup of our feet. We're going to windmill our arms. You're going to still face the front edge of your mat, but your back foot is going to step back a little bit. So now your feet are lined up. Your heel is lined up with your arch in warrior two, rather than being on railroad tracks like warrior one. So pay attention to the front knee. Make sure you're rolling that thigh outward, tailbone down so you don't overarch your back. Breathe. Good. And now we're going to come back to warrior one by pivoting, moving our foot out, come back to warrior one, and then pivot onto the toes of your right foot. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, bring your hands down so that we're back into the high lunge. And then step your left foot back to plank. Make sure your feet now are hip width distance apart. We're going to roll onto the edges of our feet and put weight into our right hand so that we come up into a side plank, lifting our left arm up. If this bothers your shoulder, don't do it. Take a deep breath. Exhale, pivot back to plank. Now we're going to come into upward facing dog. You can either put your knees down or keep them up. You're going to bring your chest forward between your arms. Shoulders down from your ears. Take a deep breath here. And then exhale, you're going to push into downward facing dog. Adjusting your distance between your hands and feet accordingly, what's comfortable to you. Inhale, right leg up behind you. Exhale, bring it up between your hands, or pick it up and put it there any way that you can get it. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, step up with your left foot. And then very slowly, rise up. Inhale. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. And then Tadasana. So I just want to make one comment before we do the other side. When we come into our side plank, it's hard on the shoulder. So what you want to do is have your hand a little bit your arm is a little bit at an angle. You don't want to have your hand right underneath your shoulder. You want it out a little bit so it doesn't put quite so much pressure on that joint. Okay? So back to the tops of the mat. Inhale up. Exhale, bend the knees, forward fold, all the way down with bent knees. Inhale. Exhale, step the left foot back. Plant the left heel. So your toes are slightly pointing forward, your left foot, and then come up into warrior one. So your feet are hip width distance apart here or more. Chest forward, tailbone down. Nice long neck. Inhale. All right, we're going to windmill our arms open to warrior two. Shift your stance. So now your front heel is lined up with your back arch. Your back foot is still slightly angled. You're looking forward. Tailbone down, chest forward. So your chest is sideways, but your head is turned to the front. Make sure you pay attention to that front knee. Roll that thigh outward so that the knee doesn't fall in. Okay, pivot back to warrior one. Moving your stance accordingly. Inhale. Pivot onto the toes of the left foot. Exhale, bring your hands down. So we're now at a high lunge. Inhale, exhale, right foot back to plank. So here's where you might want to walk your hands up slightly as we turn onto the outside edges of our feet for side plank. And then right arm comes up. One more deep breath here. Exhale, bring the hand back down to full plank. You can either keep your knees up or put your knees down and go to upward facing dog, which is where your chest is forward between your upper arms, your head is nice and long. Take a deep breath, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up behind you. Exhale, swing it up between your hands or pick it up and put it there. Take a deep breath. Exhale, step your right foot up. And very slowly rise up. Inhale up. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. And then pause into Tadasana. So in Tadasana, make sure that your spine is realigned now. Take this opportunity to feel that your head is on top of the shoulders are in line with your hips, your feet are square, parallel to each other, thighs rotating in, chest forward, shoulders down, belly in. So we're going to move on to another essential yoga movement, which is a one-legged balance. I'm going to move off of my mat because I like to balance on a hard surface floor. So, but it's totally up to you what you like to do for your balance. So we'll do two. First one is a dynamic knee crunch. So let's shift our weight onto our left foot and pick up our right knee and then bring the right knee forward, clasp it and hold it into your chest. Okay, now let go with your left hand, just hold the knee with your right hand. And this is the dynamic part. You're gonna bend your left elbow and then we're gonna touch the elbow to the knee in a crunch. And then back up and then crunch. Back up and then crunch. Back up and then crunch. Once more and then crunch. And then release, shake everything out. We'll switch to the right foot, lifting the left knee. Bring the knee into the chest first and get your balance. Get your focal point. And then you can let go with your right hand. Bring your elbow up. And then we'll crunch the elbow to the knee. So you're flexing your spine as you're doing this, obviously. And you're bringing your knee in as you bring your elbow to it. Crunch again. Crunch again. And one more. And then release. Very good. This I call it's a flamingo dancer, but it's like a bird dip. You ever see those little things that dip down? You know, those bird things that dip down? This is what this is going to look like. So we'll start on the right foot. This time the foot goes behind you. So I've learned this trick a while ago that I sometimes forget to tell you. You bring your knee forward first, grab the ankle, and then bring it behind you. It makes it easier to access. Okay, so this is your flamingo. And then bring the arm up beside the ear. So this is your bird dip. We're going to do this slowly, but several times. We're going to kick the right foot out, bring the left arm forward like we're going in the dancer, and then come back up. The bird dip. Down, and then up, down, up, down, up. One more time. Down, up. Good. Release. And now we'll do the bird dip on the right foot. If you bring the knee forward, grab the ankle, bring it behind, and then the arm beside the ear. And then find your focal point and dip. Back up, dip, back up, dip, back up, dip, back up. One more time, dip, back up, good, and release. Shake it all out. Good, good job. Okay, back to tops of your mat. Inhale, arms up, Urdhva Sasana. Exhale, bend the knees, forward fold. Hands come all the way down. Step both feet back to your downward facing dog. And in your dog, think about your position here for a couple of breaths. Squeeze the forearms together, widen the fingers, put pressure on all the finger pads. Knuckles are slightly bent. Thighs are rolling in slightly. Good. Hips way up in the air. Beautiful. And then bring your knees down. And please sit back towards your heels into child pose for a couple of breaths. Okay, please push up. Now, if you have a bolster or a thick blanket or something that you can sit on, I highly recommend it for this pose. It can be done without one, but you're gonna feel it a lot better if you have one. And what we're gonna do is sit on the bolster. We're gonna start by scooting our bottom to the right side of the bolster or a blanket or whatever you have to pad this bottom. And then your legs are curling to the right. And if you can, bring the top of your left foot onto the back of your right calf. And then sit up nice and tall. So the reason for the bolster is it helps your spine stay long. I'm going to show you what happens to my spine when I take the bolster away. You see how it's more crooked? It's really hard to keep both sides of your rib cage straight if you don't have this bolster underneath of you, or at least something. So your right buttocks is off the bolster, your left buttocks is on the bolster. All right, reestablishing a long spine. We're going to take our left arm forward. Inhale and exhale as you bring your left arm all the way behind your back. You're twisting your body to the left. And then take your right hand maybe and hold on to your left wrist as you encourage it around. This is also big shoulder and chest. So keep twisting your body around to the left. Maybe your left hand can grab your right bicep. If not, then just keep holding it with your right hand. Keep turning your body to the left. So if you have your bicep, maybe your right hand can creep over to your left thigh. Now, this is big on the shoulders and upper arms. So if it doesn't work for you, don't worry about it. See if you can relax with deep breaths here. And then slowly bring your body back forward as you release your bicep. Bring your left arm back around. Shake it out. I'm sure you could feel all that muscle up here, this part of your body. So now we'll switch to the other side, scooting over to the left side of your bolster. So now you're wrapping your legs so that your top of your right foot is on the left calf. If it can do that. If it doesn't work for you, just put it down on the mat. And your left buttocks is off the bolster. Your right one is on. Take your right arm forward, inhale. Exhale, we're going to sweep our arm back. behind us as we twist our body to the right. Take the left hand maybe and help the right hand get over there. So your right arm is supporting your lower back here. And then if you can grab your bicep, go ahead and do that here. And then your left hand can either stay where it is or further twist, maybe grab your right thigh. So this is one of my favorite spinal twists because your arm is supporting your lower back here, so you can't collapse your lower back. And I also like this with the bolster because look how straight our spines are as we twist. Relax here for a couple more breaths. One more breath in. And as you exhale slowly, release your arm, turn your body back forward. Hop off of your bolster and onto your backs, please. Grab a block or your bolster, and we'll do sacrum on the block for a few moments. So get comfortable. Start with bent knees. Lift your hips, put the block underneath your sacrum. You can keep your feet on the mat here. This is a supported bridge, or you can raise your legs up in the air in an inversion. So this is number 8 of my 7 essential yoga movements, is an inversion. And this is a very mild inversion, but yet it's very beneficial to your body. Temporarily takes the pressure of gravity off your organs, massages your organs, massages the spleen, which helps your immune system, recirculates the blood, gets any edema out of the lower extremities, helps relax the brain, calms the mind. Couple more breaths here. And slowly lower your feet back down to the mat. Lift your hips, remove the block. And lengthen your legs long and prepare for Shavasana. Now I'll tell you, because of my audio problems to start with, we started a little late, so I'm going to be going a little bit late. If you absolutely have to leave at 5 o'clock, you won't offend me, but you'll be missing one of the best parts of the practice if you do so. Please focus on your breath. Slow down your breathing. Relax your body, take a body scan, find any areas of tension, and let them go. I'm going to read you a poem that might bring back childhood memories. It's entitled September by Helen Hunt Jackson. She was a friend of Emily Dickinson, 1835 to 1885, and very vivid imagery here, September. Very apt poem for the end of the month here. The golden rod is yellow, the corn is turning brown, The trees in apple orchards with fruit are bending down. The gentian's bluest fringes are curling in the sun. In dusty pods, the milkweed, its hidden silk, has spun. The sedges flaunt their harvest in every meadow nook. And asters by the brookside make asters in the brook. From dewy lanes at morning, the grapes' sweet odors rise. At noon, the roads all flutter with yellow butterflies. By all these lovely tokens, September days are here, with weather's best of weather and autumn's best of cheer. But none of all this beauty which floods the earth and air is unto me the secret which makes September fair. 'Tis a thing which I remember, to name it thrills me yet. One day of one September I never can forget. Please enjoy a few moments of inner bliss and solitude. Please bring your awareness back to your breath and slowly deepen your breathing as you very gently wake up your body, making small movements. And then please slowly bend your knees and roll onto your right side in a fetal position to seal the practice. And in doing so, you're sealing off the masculine side of your body, which is hot, fiery, bright. And you're exposing your left feminine side of your body, dark, cool, and calm. And that calmness will carry you for the rest of your day. Please very slowly, keeping a quiet mind, push up to seated. I'm going to do our closing chant. Please join me if you'd like to. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. Victory to the Cat Rock Yoga class and to the inner teacher. Jai Shri Satguru Maharaj Ki Jai Yogis. Knuckles to my forehead honors God. Knuckles to my chin honors you. Knuckles to my heart honors myself. Namaste.